Good morning, dear students. Today's class will be covering the topic paragraph, its structure and types. Students, as you all know, paragraphs are very important, and in your day-to-day life, in the academics or in the non-academic issues, you must have come across paragraphs everywhere and anywhere. For example, you take any letter or any written article, you will come across these paragraphs. Let's know the full details about it, the definition and its structure, so that you can do the paragraph writing in a more systematic and in a very clear manner. If you know the structure, you can modify your paragraph writing in a very legible and a clear manner. So let's get started. Every form of writing except poetry and drama is presented in paragraphs. Okay, in poetry you have stanzas and in drama you have dialogues. So other than that, all your prose, short story, novels, everything will have paragraphs. News articles, reports, everything will have paragraphs. So let's know what is a paragraph. A paragraph has a group of sentences, and all these sentences are usually related to a common idea. So it has group of sentences. Group of sentences forming together is called as paragraph. And all these sentences are usually related to a common idea. So you must know, you must understand each and every paragraph will have one idea revolving around it. A paragraph will not have multiple ideas. 90% a paragraph sentences will have related common idea in its content. As a sentence is insufficient to explain an idea, there is a necessity to compose a paragraph. Usually, a paragraph is composed keeping in mind one main idea. It's very important. For example, you start writing an introduction paragraph. You must do it in connection with one main idea only. Do not try to put so many ideas in one single paragraph. That will make your paragraph look very clumsy and not clear to read. For example, you write a paragraph, let it be connected to one main idea. That's very important. You have to keep in mind, you have to write a paragraph. If you take one paragraph, that one paragraph should have one main idea as a content. Then, to compose paragraphs easily, students can adopt one para, one idea formula. So for that, we are prescribing one para, one idea. One idea and one paragraph. For example, even your essays and whatever academic essays or whatever 5 mark, 10 mark, whatever you write, you concentrate. For example, one paragraph, you concentrate on one particular topic. I think your essays that you're writing will make a very clear idea and you can really score well. This is also helping the teacher understand that this candidate has studied the topic very well. If you mix too many ideas in one paragraph, it becomes very difficult to understand and it is not easy to read and to get the idea of what you are coming to say. So it is always better to follow one para, one idea formula. Now coming to the next topic of structure of paragraph. A paragraph can be structured in many ways depending on various purposes. But normally any paragraph should have three important components. Very important, children, note this point. Three important components should be there. Firstly, at the beginning of any paragraph, the main idea of paragraph should be stated or introduced. So your main idea should be introduced. That's very important. Second thing, the main idea should be explained. First, you have to introduce the main topic or main idea. Then you have to explain the main idea. Then, thirdly, supporting details should be included to strengthen the explanation of the main idea. So these three components are very important for a paragraph. If you are bringing in one important point for a paragraph, that has to be introduced first. That's a very important component. Next, moving ahead to that idea has to be explained. Further, lastly, thirdly, you have to support what you have said in the introduction. You must have said about few things, so that you have to explain. Okay, so that with this three components will be explained in a very clear manner through this paragraph. Read the following paragraph to see whether all three components are present. Busyness is a great enemy of relationships. We become preoccupied with many making a living, doing our work, paying bills, and accomplishing goals, as if these tasks are the point of life. They are not. The point of life is learn to love God and people. Life minus love equals zero. Look at the beginning of the paragraph, that is the first sentence of the paragraph. So we can analyze this particular paragraph. So those 1, 2, 3, 4 lines are the paragraph. The content of the paragraph, the idea is conveyed through 4 lines. Okay, take this example. Now let's dissect, as you do for biology and all. We are dissecting the paragraph. Let's see what we are doing. Business is a great enemy of relationship. This is the topic. This is the topic that was introduced. So as we saw about the structure, the main idea of the topic, main idea of the paragraph is introduced. Okay, the first point is over. Next, this sentence is the most important one in the paragraph because it introduces or states the main idea or theme of the subject of the paragraph. Okay, all the other sentences revolve around the main idea. Business is a great spoiler in relationship. So you can understand that you are going to read the paragraph about this business spoiling the relationship. So business, when you become more money minded, how your personal relationships are shattered, or how we are avoiding your personal relationships to concentrate on money. So you can understand that through the first sentence you can come to a conclusion of the other further proceeding paragraphs or further proceeding sentences. Next, here the first sentence of the paragraph is said to be the topic sentence, as this sentence states or introduces the topic or subject or the main idea of the paragraph. That's very important. So when you take a paragraph, your first sentence should be like an highlighter, the topic sentence. The topic sentence is the key word. We have studied about this in the previous lectures also. The topic sentence, like the burger bun, I explained you with the help of the burger bun concept, how the topping and the other lettuce and the tomatoes and all, the first layer will be the topic sentence. So I hope you can recollect this topic sentence structure with that. Okay, as this sentence states or introduce topic or subject or the main idea of the paragraph, usually the topic sentence comes at the beginning of the paragraph. That is, the first sentence of the paragraph happens to be the topic sentence most of the time. A good topic sentence should be concise and emphatic. So concise means short and very clear. The topic sentence, for example, if you're starting to write a paragraph, the reader should be encouraged to read the future 4 or 5 lines. First line itself is very dull and first line itself is very confusing. I'm sorry to say that nobody will read the further thing. Don't think it's better that nobody is reading my answers and all. So if nobody reads the answer, so will be your marks also. So your answers have to be inviting. Even the summaries that you write for me, even whatever you write for me, even the article writing, whatever you do it for me, your sentences, the way you format each and every sentence must be inviting. That's very important. Secondly, many activities that keep us, so again coming to the example, secondly, many activities that keeps us busy all the time leads us to sacrifice of relationship, and these are explained in the paragraph. So how we are not paying attention to the relationship and how we are going wrong, all these are explained in the second line. That is also important in the paragraph. Then finally, as a result of business, how loving others and God is affected is stated, and it serves as the supporting point of the main idea. So now with this 4-line example, you can understand the 3 important components of the paragraph. What are the 3 important components? First is the topic sentence, how you have to introduce topic sentence. Second, how you have to explain it. Third, how you have to provide the supporting point of the main idea. Hope that structure is very clear for you. Then moving ahead with the unity concept. A paragraph should have unity. What is unity? Coming together. The sentences in a paragraph are connected both in meaning and structure. That's very, very important, dear students. For example, you're writing a project, or for example, you're writing a paper for publication and all. Your first paragraph must have it all must come together. It must not be scattered here and there. You must not put too many ideas there. You must not show your learned nature there. So you must not put 1,000 ideas in one paragraph. That will not make a good paragraph at all. A good paragraph will talk about one idea in a very, very clear manner. Next paragraph, you can explain about the second point that you know. So hope this point is very, very clear. Do not put in all the things that you know in one single paragraph. That will be so much confusing to the reader as well as to the evaluator. Hope that point is very clear to you, dear students. Then the sentences in a paragraph are connected both in meaning and structure. In a good paragraph, all the supporting sentences work together to develop the main idea. So the main idea is developed through the supporting sentences. Unity of paragraph can be achieved by meaningful sequencing. What is sequencing? The ordering. Ordering is called the sequencing of the sentence. Each sentence should read logically to the next, and they should be in best order. So the way each and every sentence you're connecting should be logically ordered. It must not be like least important first and the middle. No, it must not be confusing. So you have to also follow the order in the paragraph structuring. So unity is very, very important. Then coming to the coherence. Coherence means to correct fitting of ideas in a paragraph. That is, coherence belongs to the relationship of its ideas. So for example, one paragraph is there and next subsequent paragraph is there. Some coherence should be there. First paragraph you're talking about X, and second paragraph you're talking about one. There is no coherence and all. There is no connection at all. So there must be always this correct fitting of ideas in a paragraph. So coherence is very, very important. For example, I started to read about one particular point. I must be able to come to a conclusion, then move on to the next idea. So too many ideas should not be clumsily put up in that one particular paragraph, and it should not be jam packed. So hope this coherence point is very clear. Coherence means the correct fitting of ideas in paragraph. Then these three, to have genuine coherence of ideas, three factors are very, very important: relevance, right order, inclusiveness. So as this, I have to stress about this three important points: relevance, right order, inclusiveness. So relevance means every idea or point must be related to the topic. No irrelevant idea is included. So you have to be very clear how each an idea should be relevant to the topic. That's very important. First point. Next, the presentation of points in the correct order is the second important. Correct order. As I said earlier, the correct ordering of each and every sentence in the paragraph is very, very important. The idea or points may be relevant to the paragraph, but if they are not arranged in the right order, then paragraph cannot be coherent. The conclusion line in the first thing and the introduction in the last line and the middle, it is not properly explained. So it will be totally in a non-coherent manner, which will not make any sense at all. So the relevant sentences in a paragraph should be well organized and arranged in such a way that ideas should be placed in the paragraph in order of relative importance. So all the important points in a correct way and in the relevant way, it must be ordered. That is, place the idea in the best plausible place in the paragraph. Inclusiveness means, okay, that's a second point. Next, coming to the third point. Inclusiveness means all the vital points or ideas must be included. On any account, they should not be omitted. No omission of any ideas. All points, all the important points should be included. Flow is a matter of style, and it can be on the surface. That is, it is visible in the explicit words and phrase and grammatical patterns that is linked that link one sentence to other. So there must be a flow in your paragraph. you'll say, you know, for example, I read the short story in a very flow manner. That means there was no interruption. That means not external, internal. That means in the paragraph, if the flow of words is not proper, you will not be attracted to read the short story at all. You will not be interested to read the novel at all. Sometimes you will just feel not to read the story because the coherence is missing or some sequence is missing. So this is very, very important. So you have to understand these viewpoints, and then you have to start writing your paragraphs. Your paragraphs should have correct coherence, correct order, and correct uniqueness. Then, so this is an example of a good flow of paragraph. This and all I will tell you in the subsequent classes. Hope this paragraph structure and types is very, very paragraph and its structure is very, very clear to you. Thank you, dear students.